Hello, welcome to the seventh episode of the 10th series of the Temple of Surf, the podcast. Today with us from France, longboarder Zoe Grospiron. We discuss with her about surf travel, surfboards, and much more. Bonjour Zoe, welcome to the show. Where are you today?
Thank you. I'm good. I just come back from El Salvador, and I'm super happy to be in. And I feel very honored to be invited on this podcast. So thank you very much.
Thank you for the kind words. In effect, all of us we were like looking these days for the longboarding world finals, if we call it
Yes.
ISA, and of course, like people that will listen to this episode will listen maybe after, so that for them will be already past news. But definitely, we want to catch the stock because I can see people cannot see, but I can see in your eyes that you are like radiant and smiling. So tell me everything. How was this adventure?
But thank you very much for your kind words this time. It's been a very long, intense, with a lot of emotion week last week for the World Longboard Championship ISA. Well, it's always a pleasure to represent my country, in the world, and it was a long road to come to the final. It's my second final back to back, and last year was my first ISA and first French selection in the French team. So it's a big achievement for me to be back to back in the final in the ISA, especially this year. It was such a big event with a big record of country participating to this ISA, and like a big names in the competition. It was like WSL ones, so it was very good, especially at the beginning of the year. You know, you test what you've been working on and stuff. But I'm super stoked. Even though I wanted to win this event, I was not going into the final to have the chocolate medal. But what it is competition. I gave it all, and unfortunately, I fall on a very good wave that could change a little bit the situation. But it's competition, it's ocean, but I'm still very happy to make it to the final and got the third place with the team as well.
Exactly.
So yeah, I'm super stoked about those ISL because there is always opportunity to learn in those kind of contests. So, and especially in team, it's the only time in the year that you can travel with the French team. So it was nice too. I'm very happy with this week.
From the way you guys look on the picture, it looks like you have a fantastic French team, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah, we are friends for a long time altogether. We know each other for a long time, some like for many years because they grew up together. Me a little bit less than everyone, but we match all together. We laugh a lot. We take this contest very seriously, and we want to give all our heart and determination and everything into this contest. And it's been a super fun time sharing this week with the team and the coaches. And yeah, everything worked pretty well. So yeah, we are a really good, very good team.
How did you celebrate the bronze medal of France? We want to know. You guys throw a big party?
Yeah, I mean, El Salvador is the best. They organized everything with the ISA to make the best party ever on tour. Even in WSL last year or ISA last year and ISA this year, it was such a fun time. We had like the fireworks, the food was amazing. The DJ was super good. The drinks were like unlimited. So it was just the perfect night. And yeah, we all had fun together with everyone in the competition, the teams, like every country. So it was super nice just to, after a long, intense week, to be all together just in a to be friendly with everyone and to not think about the contest, not think about the results. We just enjoy, we just celebrate each other performance, and that was the one of the best parts in the competition, and we celebrated well.
Yeah. Well, there are no images for that, but I'm sure you guys did, and it's amazing how the sport actually is amazing how the surf culture brings
Mhm.
everyone together. After the competition,
Yeah.
people are just like friends, and there is no like kind of, yes, maybe you can be rival if you are on the wave, but there is a lot of sportsmanship, and then at the end, everybody it's friend
Yeah.
with everybody, right? So it's
This is the best in sport, that because when you're doing a competition, you're focused, you want to do your best, you have strategy, you are very like in your zone, and in a ferocious way you want to win, but that's the game. And as soon as you are out of the water, then you congratulate everyone for their performance, and at the end of the contest, then you celebrate all together. This is what I really like, and I think it's very important to make two things apart, like what happened in competition in the water, because we all want to win, and outside of the competition you realize that everyone is such like a kind and open-minded person, and you just want to talk about anything with the person, because everyone is nice on tour, and the culture are different, and you want to know about what happened like in the other countries and stuff. So it's always nice to, after the week of competition, then you can talk with everyone with no, I don't know how to say in English, but with no weird thinking about, oh, if I said that, then in the competition or whatever, then after the competition, it's all over, and then you can all enjoy together.
yeah, exactly. And so Fernando Aguirre was there, right?
No,
Oh,
he
oh
no,
my,
he was not with us this year, but he sent us like a nice video messages, and he
ah,
put it on the opening ceremony and the closing ceremony.
okay, because like I have an expectation and also a question that it's like okay, now there is France 2024 or in Tahiti, right? The Olympic Games, but
Mhm.
and
Yes.
board, but the big expectation is for 2028 in Huntington Beach.
Yeah.
Have finally in longboard in the Olympic Games. So is there something coming up, or just have to pray and wait?
I was hoping to have an answer there. I know they had some meetings, very important meetings, and I know this competition this year was a big thing. That's why all like many country came and put the big names on the field to, I think, to have the biggest visibility they could ask for, because they just I mean, they just want to show that longboard can be in the Olympics. And I was hoping that we would have the answer when we were in the ISA, but it was just this contest to help the how do you say, the how do you say, the processus for,
Yeah.
yeah, to be in the Olympics. So we will have an answer in the first semester of 2025, so in 1 year.
Okay.
But I think it's in a good way. I really hope. I mean, longboard deserves to be in the Olympics.
Must be.
So let's finger crossed, and we hope so.
Exactly. So in effect, you were expecting to have an answer there in Salvador, and me, I was
Yeah.
expecting to have an answer today from you. So
I can tell you the truth because I don't have it. I can tell you the answer, but I really hope we will be in the Olympics.
yeah, and then it will be in USA. It will be one of the best, not maybe of the best surfing spot, but for sure, like the surf culture is so prominent over there.
Yes, it would make sense for sure.
Yeah, and it's gonna
In terms of like surf history and like beginning of longboarding and stuff, that would make sense to have the longboards in 2028 at Los Angeles.
exactly. And I have a question, like how actually I have a lot of questions, of course, it's a podcast. Curiosity. I have a curiosity. How do you get selected to be like in a national team? In your case, in the French national team, do you have to
Okay.
compete? How does it?
Yes. First, like obviously, you have to compete, and they take the two best athletes in the world from France. But for example, last year, some other girls had better results than me in the national competition, but not in the world competition. So I had to make a selection with them, with the other girls, and then we did 2 days of competition between us, and then it was like we did hits, and the one who win one hits, it was like they earn 3 points, the second 2 points, the third 1 point, and the fourth is zero. And then we would make, I think we did like 7 or 8 hits, and then at the end they could do like a ranking, and then they could select. So I won last year, so I could be in the team. And this year, like because I made the final last year in the ISA, and no one in France was above me except Alice, who was already in the team because she was the world champ. Then this year they couldn't do any selection because already proved that I was like the second best in France. And I think it's gonna be like this next year.
Okay.
It depends of my season this year, but I feel very good about this year. So let's hope I make top 8 in WSL and prove again that I can be selected in the French team next year.
Yeah. Amazing, fantastic. That's my curiosity about how it gets selected, and thank you for sharing. So, in effect, every episode of the podcast, I start with a question that I ask everyone on the show. But again, my curiosity about El Salvador made all these questions just before this. So, in your opinion, what is the most important thing in surfing?
For sure, like the main thing that everyone needs to have is like to have pleasure, to enjoy it, because it's a sport, but we are in nature. We share something with the ocean, so we have like I don't know how to say it, but it's pure beauty to be in the ocean, to ride on a wave. It's very, it's a big atmosphere that we can feel only in the ocean or in the mountains. I feel like, and so yeah, just on enjoying and have pleasure when you surf. That's the most important things, and
Yeah.
respect for sure.
And from a competitive professional, from competitive surf, is very hard, or is hard to find the pleasure, knowing that you need to compete and you need to perform, or for you it comes natural?
It depends. It depends if I have like suddenly a lot of pressure, and then I feel out of my mind, of my body, and then I start like not being in the rhythm with the ocean. I try to reconnect with my board, with the ocean, and talk to myself to stay calm and to relax and to stay connected with the nature, and just to find again this little thing that makes you love surfing. So just riding a wave, and you feel like you're free, like you are by yourself. And yeah, just sometimes when I feel overwhelmed, I try to remind myself that surfing is pure pleasure, and you share something very special. So you just need to calm down, breathe, and start riding the wave as much as you like surfing, and not thinking about the results or who are you competing with, or just like focus on yourself. So sometimes it can be hard to lose that focus on having fun, because of course you want to perform, but as well I feel like we perform better when we have pleasure as well.
Yeah.
So it's just hard to find this balance. But as much as you do hits and competition, you can find your balance easier and then have more pleasure.
What was the best wave of your life, or the most meaningful one for you?
I really like El Salvador. I really like El Sunzal. obviously, I've been there many, many times because my sister lives there now. And then we've been doing like a family trip every year for like almost 10 years. So this place has a really special place in my heart. But then I also love home like Guétary or Saint-Jean-de-Luz in France, because this is where I learned how to surf, and especially how to longboard. And also I really like Australia because I spent like 4 months and a half when I started longboarding and competing in the world. And this is where I shift my mind, and I really wanted to be a professional surfer, professional longboarder. So yeah, those three places has something special for me.
I'm passionate of surfboards, and
Mhm.
I'm actually interested to know which one was your first proper surfboards, not the one that you learn on it at the beginning,
Yeah.
that you really wanted it, and maybe you bought it for yourself or somebody gave it to you as a gift. So
Yeah,
yeah,
my first board is my stepdad and my mom who gave it to me as a gift when I told my parents that I really want to do competition. And they ordered a Mainviel longboard
yes,
that was specially made for me. I remember it's like a bright blue, like exactly how I wanted. And I had this thing in my head that I really wanted to do like cross wax. So it
okay.
was horrible, but I really loved it by this time. And yeah, I really like this board. It was like a performance longboard. It was a Mainviel 9.0.
Wow.
I think very thin because I was very skinny and small by the time. But I think I had 17 years old when I got it.
And you still have that board?
No, because I broke it.
Oh,
I broke it, but then I surfed for Mainviel surfboard. I was in the team for like 3 years and a half. And then I moved, and now I'm surfing for Bell Surfing, for Grace, Phil Grace, especially. And yeah, Bell is a factory in Hossegor, and I'm surfing for them for like 2 years now. And it's very cool to work with them because I can create many boards and exactly how I want, and for different wave that I'm surfing on the tour. So it's been a very cool journey to work with different shapers and to learn from each shaper, and to find some boards that suits my surfing and the wave and how I wanted to surf.
yeah, definitely. Like you start from Monviel and then also Phil Grace, a fantastic
Yeah.
man. So
Yes. Yeah.
it's,
They have like a lot of experiences. They have very good story to tell, and it's always super nice to spend some time with them and then share what they think and my point of view as well, so we can mix and do something very fantastic.
wow, that's fantastic. I had Pete Grace on the show, and it was a great, interesting interview. And Manviel, I bought one day one surfboard from him, and uh,
Mhm.
Alessandro, I really want to know how does it work. So he was generally interested to see how the board was performing.
Yes.
I think that makes the difference, between just like anybody and these guys that they really want feedback. So
Yeah, and they add a little touch that makes the board like magic, so it's really nice.
exactly, exactly. Okay, so we talk about your, best wave. You told me about a lot of places all over the world, so it's like a lot of good ways for you. But all your travels around the world that made you meet a lot of surfers. Some of them were famous, of course. Some of them were just like normal, everyday guy or girl. Was there a meeting that was particularly meaningful for you with one of them?
I think many on the road, many on my journey made me the surfer who I am. That yeah, I really want to give like a big shout out to Matt Chernowski, who has helped me to learn about the surf culture because I didn't have any, because I don't come from like near the ocean. I come from the Alps, so I was more into skiing than surfing when I was little. And because I moved to Biarritz when I was 13 and I started longboarding at 15, so it's pretty late compared to like the other surfers in the world. So I didn't know anything about the surf culture, surf lifestyle. So he's Australian, and when I was in Australia, I met him. So he teach me a lot about different sports, how was the evolution of the sport, the culture, and then of course my stepdad helped me. He was the one who brought me into surfing because he is a very good surfer, and he always like picked me up after school and then we would go surfing. So he's a big part of my surf life. And then also I want to thanks a lot during this noche this journey, the Del Perro brothers, because they were my first coaches. And because when I wanted to join the tour, I needed to have some basics in longboards, and because they were in the Basque surf school, and I'm still in the Basque surf school, then they told me that I could come in some trainings. So they helped me a lot, and so it was a very cool thing that last year and this year I could share the French team with them, because they teach me how to longboard, and then I could share now the French team. So it was very special. So yeah, those people are very important, I think, in my evolution. But I met so many cool people also, like in Australia, who helped me because I was by myself. So, and I couldn't speak much English. So it was nice to meet, I think about Elise, Elise Traeger, who is a longboarder as well. And of course, when I joined the tour, I met Chloe Calmont, who is a longboarder as well, a professional one from Brazil. And she helped me with how to organize my year, the competition, because I didn't know anything. And yeah, she was very important to me. She's still very important to me, and she became also one of my best friends. So it was so nice to share all those travel with her. But so many people are also my sponsors. I think about Roxia as well, because they put me also in the right place, in the right moment, with the right person as well, to help me if I needed something anywhere in the world. So many different people helped me. So yeah, but
You've been
too many people.
You've been surrounded by great people, great examples, and
Yeah.
okay, your stepdad, but the Del Perro brothers, and it's Matt.
Much.
Fantastic. I had fun. It's like an encyclopedia, basically. There is the encyclopedia of surfing, that's another Matt, but he's he knows a lot. And
Yes.
I want, and actually also now I understand why before you said in the water, but also in the mountain, because I was like, is it
Yes.
the
Yes, sorry, this was really disorganized, but yes, I grew up in the mountains, so I was first surrounded by the mountains, and we feel the same, and I think we feel the same energy when we are in the ocean, like we are by ourselves. We cannot control the ocean as we cannot control the mountains, so we really need to respect the nature, and we have to be very humble.
Yeah.
But because the nature is always stronger than us. But as soon as you find this connection with it, with these elements, then it's so powerful.
No, I know. Definitely. I don't know how to ski myself, but but I can imagine the connection between the two is like you are like immersed into
Exactly. Yeah.
and so going back to things that you learn how to be in the tour, right? What is the key thing, the key secret that you would say to a young you or a new girl that has to face the tour.
Yeah.
And
That would be, don't be afraid to ask if you need some help, because sometimes you wanna prove to yourself that you can do it by yourself, but there is always so many things that happen during a travel, for example, that it's under your control, and it's super hard with emotions, and you want to go and you compete, but you don't have your boards, or you don't know how to speak to this airline and they make you pay, or you have a problem with your flight or with your accommodation or whatever, and then you see all the cost that is super high. So you feel a bit like, whoa, how I'm gonna do this?
yeah,
So do not hesitate to ask if you need some help. Maybe ask someone on the tour, or make people make you in contact to ask, because it's always hard to come into a new community. And a lot of people on tour have been competing for many, many years, so they know everyone, each other very well. So it's always nice if they introduce you into this community. Yeah, I think just ask, and maybe get some help for your sponsor to see where you can stay. Because, for example, I didn't know where to stay when when it was in Taiwan. So many people have been already in Taiwan for like a contest, but I never been, so I didn't know where to stay, where to go. And I was lucky that I was with Chloe, and Chloe helped me, and I could stay with her, and she could show me how to get organized as well, like when to like to do with my cost, with my financial stuff, like to organize everything, to say like, okay, this amount will be for accommodation, this for food, this for the car, because otherwise then you spend a lot of money, and then you don't know how to spend it, and then you have nothing left. So it's very important also to be organized.
yeah, definitely. Because most of the people, they expect, that every person in the tour as a coach, as like, I don't know, somebody that carries the board, or a lot of people behind, because we are so used to see the WSL and all the big champ, but competing and going and growing, going all over the world by yourself is not easy. It's like
It's not easy at the beginning, but as soon as you understand everything and you get used to it, and you know how to handle the little problems that happen during your travel, then it become like easier. But for sure, at the beginning, it's not easy, and sometimes for me, it's not easy as well. Sometimes I cry. I'm at the airline, and I cry, and I say, "How I'm gonna do? Why you don't want to take my boards? I have a competition and stuff." So it's always like, you need to force people sometimes
exactly.
take the board.
And
But
so far, the airline have been generous with you in the sense that they didn't break your boards and stuff, or
I touch wood. I feel a little bit lucky because they haven't destroyed a lot of my board.
okay.
But you never know. Sometimes it's not the airline; it's just the people in the airports that manage all the boards.
Yeah.
So you can travel with Air France or Iberia or whatever, like airline. It's just sometimes the people inside the airports that manage everything, and your boards get destroyed. But no, you need to protect them a little bit, at least a little bit, and then you hope, you pray, and you see.
There is also a special technique over there, how to protect especially longboard into
Yeah, because it's big. I put double, the transparent double wrap. I
yes,
don't know how to say.
exactly.
And then poncho and like towels and whatever I have to protect. But then because longboard is so huge, it's already very heavy.
Yeah.
So you can't put too much protection, otherwise it gets too heavy for the airline, and then you have to pay or whatever. So yeah, it's a bit a nightmare to travel with longboard, but we made it. We can do it. We know the little hacks and we know the airlines we can take now.
Exactly. One day I hope I will find a way to create like a special longboard protection that everybody in the world can use, because I surf
That would be great.
longboard well, and it's just a disaster all the time. So it's
Yeah.
you never know if you get back your board or not. That's
Exactly. Yeah, it's always a surprise.
okay. So we're gonna finish this interview with 6 questions that I asked to everyone on the show, saying to everyone, please answer the first thing that comes up to your mind. Okay, the best surfboard that you ever rode.
My last model with Phil Grace. It's a round pin tail 9.2, made for the big right point.
Okay, is the one that you had in Salvador?
Yes.
Okay. Nice. But favorite woman surfer, longboarder, let's say, of all time.
I had 3.
Okay.
Those 3 girls are the one that I was looking up to when I started longboarding, and they were in the Roxy team, and that's why I wanted to be a Roxy girl. It was Chloé Calmont, Justine Mauvin, and Kélia Moniz.
Wow. Yes. Fantastic. A fantastic trio. You couldn't choose better.
Yeah. And of course, not longboarders. I would say Stephanie Gilmore. I love her style, her flow, her personality, and what she. How do you say? She shines.
Yes.
Yeah, I really like her too.
Personal question: your favorite song or kind of music?
Huh. Favorite song. I really like, and I was just listening to it before coming here. It's very old song that I was listening when I was in summer holidays when I was a little kid. It was Camaro, Une Femme Like You.
Okay. Favorite surf spot, if it's not a secret?
Oh, Guétari.
Getter. Okay. Parlamentia, which Getter?
Oui, Parlementia.
Parlamentia. Okay. Nice.
Parlementia ou Lafitte next to it.
Okay. Favorite shaper of all time?
Favorite shape all the time. I really like, for sure, Phil Grace, and I really like his approach. But I want to say also that I met Bob McTavish when I was in Australia, and it was a big honor to meet him as well. And it's so funny because sometimes Phil tell some stories with Bob, so it's super nice to know both of them and to listen to the stories.
Nice. I like that. Of course, I'm sure between the two they have amazing stories. So
Yes.
nice to hear. And the last question is a little bit unusual. I ask everyone. I'd like to know your best relationship advice. Well, for relationship, I mean either romantic or friendship or your relationship with the ocean, whatever you like to answer.
I would say respect, trust, and fun. But it's hard to say, but yeah, that would be so.
I guess it applies to all the 3. So definitely is a good answer. Yes, exactly. Thank you so much, Zoe. Un grand merci. And I look forward to talk to you very soon.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me.
Ciao. Bye-bye.
Bye, thank you.
Hi, it's me again. I hope you enjoyed our today's episode. If you want to know more about us, please follow www.thetempleofsurf.com and all our social media. Mahalo!